Hello and welcome to this week's edition of The Focal Point. I'm Bat Kakoza. Uganda has over 40 ethnic tribes, each with unique cultures that span over centuries. One of the tribes that has astoundingly rich cultures inhabit the slopes of Mount Elgon in eastern Uganda. Well, join me as I take you through the manhood initiation rituals of the Bamasaba people. The foot of Mount Elgon, traditionally known as Lukingirwe Masaba in eastern Uganda. The volcanic soils favorably support vegetation. This explains the successful agricultural activities in the area. The inhabitants of this area are known as Bamasaba, a people proud of their rich culture. The culture believed to have been preserved over 100 years. The culture of manhood initiation, the male circumcision ritual. Every even year, these processions of dancing crowds are a common sight in many parts of eastern Uganda. The dancing processions, usually with a small drum called kadodi, spread all over the 5 Bagisu counties of Mutoto, Bungoko, Maiga, Budadili, and Bulambuli. Although seriously cherished by the Bamasaba people, the practice is believed to be alien according to an old popular tradition.
It came through a Kalenjin woman who was circumcised. You know they have that culture. And when she got married to Masaba, he said, no, if you want to be with me, if you want to get to marry me, then you must also undergo a circumcision. So it started. Masaba instructed all his sons, and thereafter, everybody circumcised.
Traditionally known as Imbalu, the circumcision ritual is the cultural ceremony performed on boys meant to initiate them into manhood. Every Imbalu year, approximately 2,000 young men undergo the initiation ritual.
The recommended age limit is 16. That's the minimum. But we know Bagisu sometimes get excited and circumcise even those who are 10-year-olds, 12. But our recommended age is 16, so that we know by 18 the man has grown up. Therefore he can marry, can build a house, he can be given responsibilities after that age.
In this case, every Bamasaba worthy to be addressed as a man has got to bravely face the knife.
First, he declares that he is ready and tells his parents, I am ready to face the knife. Second, they put him through a curriculum of dance.
It is the tradition that the Imbalu year has to be officially launched by Bamasaba elders at a big ceremony. Before the ceremony is officially launched, nobody is allowed to carry out the circumcision rite. Usually done at Mutoto in Imbalu, the ceremony attracts thousands of enthusiastic Bamasaba who actively participate in the colorful celebrations. It is during this ceremony that a number of candidates who have been identified and declared their wish to undergo the initiation are paraded before the gathering. Clad in traditional attire and accompanying ornaments, these young men referred to as Basinde, the uncircumcised ones, vigorously dance before the gathering as one of the initial stages of initiation. The various pieces of ornament symbolize certain aspects of the ceremony.
Basic attire must have. 1, the bells. 2, if you can, will have a hairdress. We call it lirus. Then they will have what we call a gwena in the face. They will have the things he hits, Simbogo, at the, what do you call it? At the ankles. So Then they will be decorated with the cloth, girdles, decorated with the hankies, to look presentable with the commission. We're just all the time trying to make him think that circumcision is not such a difficult thing.
One other distinctive feature is meat.
On the circumcision day like today, you slaughter a cow, and then the women and some men carry it on a stick, showing today the man is going to face it. So the meat shows they have already had a feast, and they continue to feast in the field as they dance with their meat.
From here, the Basinde are now expected to fulfill certain rituals performed on them by the elders before the actual circumcision takes place. The local brew marwa is a very crucial aspect of the ceremony. The Omusinde is expected to launch the brewing process. The brewing process, which normally takes 3 days, is a countdown to the D-Day.
3 days to the circumcision. You brew marwa, wusera, and once done, that is decorated with the yeast powder and is set, so that when the day comes, it comes to a general courtyard where you have all the Basinde. He is commissioned by the elders through Hubida, I don't know what how to put it, but Hubavida, they just blow some mature marwa onto the body to say, okay, you are now ready, you have been blessed by your ancestors, you can now go and get circumcised.
During the 3 days, he is expected to dance through his village, visiting relatives and friends as he gathers support.
So he dances to acclimatize him, to prepare him, sort of make sure he will not fear the knife. So they put him through this curriculum. He dances, visiting the relatives, getting presents from his relatives.
These dances attract crowds along the route, especially children and girls, which usually end up in a form of a village carnival. The girls perform sexually provocative dance around the young man, which gives him the courage to brave the knife. He would be a disgrace before these girls if he chickened away. On the 3rd day, when the brew is now ready, the Omusinde has faced the knife.
People will come and bless, make offerings, and commission a circumciser. He makes his own zinyembe or knives. So it is traditional conviction. He's convicted, let me use the word convicted, to become a circumciser. After that, you begin by holding for somebody else who was already senior to train you. After that, you take over and do the operation yourself. So it's not anybody. It must be from special clans and special families who do the circumcision. The operation now takes less than a minute. It used to take much longer, but now the surgeons are well trained, so they take less than a minute.
But what is it that is exactly removed during the operation?
For us, they don't cut only the skin. After removing the skin, they have to remove that thing. They call it, on the cow, they call it kavoi. We have to remove that thing to clean the what? Because if you remove that thing, the skin will come back.
You see, what they remove must be removed. The foreskin and the membrane on top, because if you don't, it will rot. So what they remove must be removed. So it's not necessarily harsh. But of course it is a painful experience. But you will have already been prepared to undergo the knife. But It's not unnecessarily harsh.
During the operation, the candidate has got to endure all the pain without showing any signs of flinching. Otherwise, he will be considered a coward.
The young man is given a stick, he puts it on his shoulders and he's supposed to open his eyes and show his bravery. If at the time of the circumcision, the actual operation, he winks and shows signs of fear, he's a disgrace to his society. But if he's brave and stands there firm, then everybody celebrates.
Even after the operation, he cannot dare express feelings of pain. How do you feel now?
Good.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Don't you feel a lot of pain?
No.
Are you sure? No. There is no pain. You feel good?
Yeah, I feel good.
Why do you feel good?
Because they have finished to cut me.
I mean, there is pain. There is pain. How do you feel good?
I feel pain when they are finishing to cut. But now I'm not feeling too much pain.
So you are happy that you are a man now?
Yeah.
After the circumcision, the candidate, now a man, has to have his wound treated.
Today he's not going to get any treatment. Now what he's going to do is just going to sleep. Now tomorrow morning, we get him, we boil water, we get this cotton wool, we drop in cold water or hot water, then we we clean with hot water to remove the blood. Then after cleaning, we get what? Cotton wool. This is the gauze. The gauze, yes, gauze. Then you measure the space they have cut. So that you put the medicine, this is the what? The tube we use. You smear on the gauze, then you tie around.
What did you use to do in the past before they got this kind of, Western medicine?
Well, those ones they were using because by the time I came, I don't know what they were using by the time
So what do you have to say about the idea that you people who underwent the knife,
yes,
are trying to revenge on these young men because they think that you want them also to feel the pain that you went through?
Well. In fact, because me, I did not. Because me, I did not do anything. I did not fight. I did not do what. Now, if you are Bagisu, also as a culture, you have to face it.
Having now gained recognition and accepted as a full Bamasawa man, he is allowed to freely interact with men and perform his cultural and social obligations without any hindrances.
After 6 months, we have what we call Imbalu, where all the newly circumcised meet, dance, meet girlfriends if they wish to marry after that, because you've been commissioned. So you do that after 6 months. After that, you're a man. You can now go to the field world and do your work, get married, build a house.
Even when the Bamasawa are away from Bagisu, the culture still catches up with them. Whitaker Ronald grew up and lives in Kampala. His mother is a Muganda, while his father is a Bagisu. He presented himself before a volunteer sponsor in Kampala who offered to take responsibility.
Me, I've got my home. It is in Bukoto, Home, so that if any Bagisu who is willing to get circumcised within Kampala, me, I'm willing. I've offered my compound for Bamasawa as a culture, because we don't want to lose our culture. Because from mountain, that is our culture. As the Baganda follows the Akiran, the Kabaka, and then whatever. So when the mom came and approached me, we organized with my friends. What we did, we got the boy. So we tried to force him, but he said, me, I have not refused, but let us go to mom. Then when we went to the mom, said, yeah, this boy is a Bagisu, but what we need, help. If can be there somebody suppose help of treating, We don't want to get somebody as normally they do on the street. They just cut somebody and leave him there. Me, I said, I'm willing to do anything, so long as if he's a Bagisu.
The Imbalu ritual has over some time been criticized by non-Bamasaba as being brutal and coercive.
A few in the past. One was the wrong, or someone cutting off the part of the penis. Those, if they don't reach hospital quickly, they may die. Others, through poor Medicare, the thing may rot or they may overbleed, because that's one of the issues. That some of them overbleed. Too much bleeding, if they're not taken to hospital, some have died.
Some people have even denied their membership to the Bagisu tribe in a bid to escape the razor.
These fellows, we call them Bagonera. That means they will have gone over and beyond the age we expect them to circumcise. Once they do that, we will find them, and we're trying to organize it properly. Sometimes they find them in town and circumcise. But now we're saying with the agricultural board, we want them properly identified. We take them to the courtyards and circumcised properly and normally. But yes, we force them to agree. Otherwise, force them to agree, because we can't stay with us in the village who are old men. Where will they marry? Because even the wife will say, "Are you circumcised?" And if it's not, say, wait until you do it.
No, I don't think this is a violation. First of all, this is a culture which is cherished by everybody. And furthermore, I wouldn't argue it's a forced thing, because it's even constitutionally recognized under our constitution. So those who claim have been forced, maybe those are the ones who could have really played the cowardice. Right now, and maybe when they are caught, then they are circumcised. But it's not a forced thing.
Some have gone into exile, while others preempt the traditional style by going into hospitals to have it done there.
When you have gone to the hospital, we can check you. You tell us, what? You have finished, and then we say, okay. But then still, when we are taking the kid for circumcision, you can't be in front. You are not a man. You don't know what a knife is.
But surely there are other things that you can use to test whether a man is really a man. Not really cutting is.
It is when you are stand firm. That's when people are seeing you.
Another accusation leveled against the practice is that the operation removes too much, that it damages underlying tissues and nerves. This leaves the person with very minimal sensitivity. As a result, he would not enjoy sex the same way the uncircumcised man does.
I think I'm one of those. I am circumcised. We've had children, and I think we've enjoyed life with my wife. No, it does not reduce the sensitivity of your manhood. No. Rather, it helps you to keep clean and keep your tradition. It doesn't reduce. Yeah? I think people enjoy it. Otherwise, I would not have liked what goes on. But I think they do enjoy. No, it's not removing. Although, if it's done badly, sometimes the circumciser or the surgeon may be overzealous, and sometimes it removes a bit of essential part. That will cause a problem. But if it is done properly, social life continues.
While for many, it has been a major concern as a possible means of spreading diseases such as AIDS, considering the implements used in the surgery.
We have recommended each surgeon carries about 4 to 5 knives. And the Ministry of Health has been training them on the hygiene part of it. So they know, they will have seminars, they're trained, and we have said once you go to a place where there is umsinde, you put the knives in hot water. or boiling water. So that should be able to eliminate the scourge of STD diseases. So I think that's what we do. First of all, they have to sterilize the knives. Just they do it. And at least of now, we're doing that to reduce this thing called HIV/AIDS. And we cannot eliminate the possibility of one surgeon becoming too excited and doesn't sterilize the knives. That's what we've asked each parent to ensure that the knives the man has brought have been sterilized. In fact, each family is supposed to keep boiling water. So when it comes, you sterilize the knives.
And if a non-Bamasaba man marries Bamasaba woman?
Those who are married to Bamasaba, who are not, you have some women married to non-Bamasaba. We know on occasions the women persuade the men to circumcise also, particularly Palisa, Palisa here, Tororo, Kachumbala. They are taking circumcision once they have Masaba wife. Like Masaba had this Kilengini woman and then was persuaded into the act.
And the children?
No, we don't interfere with them unless they ask to. Normally, if they come to their uncles, we persuade them. Don't you like circumcision? But if they don't like it, we leave them to be what they are. They're not molested.
Bamasaba women seem to like the Imbalu so much as they participate very actively during all the ceremonies. Well, that's all we had time for from the Focal Point this week. Make sure you tune in 2 weeks from now for yet another program in the series The Focal Point. I'm Batka Koza, wishing you a very pleasant evening.